Back up, back up, back up.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Today is August the 1st, and I'm on board the Pacific Queen for my second tuna fishing trip. During my first trip, I caught two great sized tuna, 112 pounds and 90 pounds. And I know not every trip is like that, so this time I had been managing my expectations before I boarded the ship. Tuna had been very picky for the previous few weeks and not biting very well. So all we could do was to try our best and enjoy the trip as much as we could. The name of the game for today is fly lining for tuna. And as the captain said, tuna had been caught on the previous trip were mostly close to the upper 50 feet of the water. And the captain recommended nothing less than 40 pounds. Because the fish we were targeting were anywhere between 40 to 80 pounds, and with the amount of anchovies that they had been feeding on, almost every fish was like on adrenaline rush, and they were a lot more difficult to land compared to the fish a couple of months ago. For fly lining, picking a fresh bait is probably more important than anything else. The deckhand was showing me how to fly line a sardine for bluefin, since I wasn't getting bit while other anglers had been hooking fish left and right.
Doing exactly the right thing, let it keep swimming for about another 45 seconds a minute. If you don't get bit by then, wind in and do it again.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually quite surprised it's that big. Just like that.
Okay.
Nice. Big hit. This is a great one right here. Right over top, take it just like that. Boom. That is a great bait. Throw here, get the thing back in the water quick.
Yeah, I still got that line.
Yeah, it's trying to keep
Alright, you're doing the right thing. Going. You did? Yep. Oh shit, here. Now this.
Oh, biter!
Lighter!
Oh, shit.
Oh no!
Just as I was removing the backlash from my reel, I got bit, and it soon broke off. The cause for that break off was that I tied a bad knot connecting mono to fluoro.
It's not broke.
It's a bad knot. Yeah, that was my fault.
There you go. Oh, you got another hook, I'll retie it.
All right.
One thing to make sure in order to get bit is that you want your bait to start running like crazy the second it hits the water. If it's sluggish, don't waste your time. Reel it up and change the bait. The bluefin is not going to bite that wounded sardine. You increase your hook rate exponentially with a lively bait.
Y'all coming right here.
Not soon after the first bite, I got hooked again. This time the drag was set correctly and I had the knot tied by the deckhand. I was good to go. I was ready to fight that fish.
Under or?
The reel I was using was the Shimano Speedmaster 12. I had 350 yards of 65-pound braid line with about 25 yards of 40-pound mono, and with a short 40-pound fluorocarbon. The rod I used to pair with the reel was the Penn Carnage II medium heavy 6.6. This 2-speed reel was really helpful in fighting the fish, but I felt that my rod was a bit too short, and I wished I had a longer foregrip so I can fight the fish with the rail more easily.
Yeah. Come over.
Blow your rock.
Uh-oh. You're gonna go back over. You're gonna go under. Swim low? Yeah.
Go over me. Under me. Oh, man, it's not easy.
Keep it over here. Don't whine if you're not getting it.
Oh! Pulled off.
So unfortunately, after about 20 minutes of fighting that fish, my monoline got sawed off by another line. It was a bit heartbreaking at the moment, but let's hook another fish.
Oh, fighter! Are we tangled? Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, what's going on? Got it? Keep going all the way on it.
Coming down, coming through. Going under, going under. Woo! Woo! Might need some help.
Stay here, stay here, stay here. Stay over here,
Oh,
stay over
Can
here.
you take my rope?
I'm just kidding. You need more, bud?
Me?
Yeah, you. Ready?
There you go.
Man, you're getting a workout there, huh? Hell yeah.
Oh,
Getting a real nice workout. I was expecting this. When I got my first one, I wasn't expecting that.
This time, the hook was pulled off by the fish. There were just so many ways that the tuna can break you off, and the average hook to land ratio on that day was about 3 to 1. So for every 3 fish that's hooked, only 1 fish could be landed.
The corner.
Now this was my 4th bite. I picked a really active bait and it started swimming fast when it hit the water. And within about 20 seconds I felt something, and when I put the lever in gear, I was hooked.
you want to be in high gear, but when it's out.
Going, coming down, coming down. Coming down. Coming down. On top of it. Go under, go. Go under or what? Under? Okay.
Go under. Go under.
Okay.
Think my drag's still tight enough?
Can I go over you? Go under me, go under me. What's the relationship? Over or?
Coming under, guys. Coming under.
You on top.
That's angled out.
No, stay up here. Stay up here, okay.
Yeah.
I think we're almost there.
Right, yeah, let's get him right around there. There you go. You in low gear?
Low gear.
Let me see.
Low gear.
Yeah. See ya.
Color. Pretty much straight up and down, a little bit away from the boat over here.
This was the first time I saw the color of the fish, and I thought the fight was almost over. I was wrong.
Luke loves the pro gal. Oh, look at the breach right here. You're 30?
Color.
I got you.
Line,
You gotta reel
line,
them in.
line.
Okay, go together.
Tangle.
You're going under. You're going under. You're
Okay,
going
I'll go on other. Lift.
Okay, you're going back under. You gotta stay on one side. Your fish is just circling, so you don't have to
Okay.
follow them all over the place. Just stay on one side.
Okay.
Oh yeah, James. Lots of loose on here. It's coming up. Come on up. Don't pull on that. Oh, never mind.
There's no tangle, right?
No, you're good.
Thanks.
Where's that one at? Okay, step to left. Step to your left. There you go.
Okay.
Step left.
Go under me.
There you are. You gotta step left so we can get it. So we can get around you. Then.
Okay. Go under.
Let me see your rod. Let go. Got it?
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's get that one.
Over here.
Good.
Go over.
All by yourself.
Go over.
Join the party.
Go under. Where are you?
He said he was going under.
Come down, board.
Lift up your rod. Lift up your rod.
Now all of a sudden, the fish started swimming towards the stern, and it kept going under the boat so the line was close to rubbing the hull of the boat. I almost lost my fish during those few minutes. It was pretty chaotic.
Take the rod, come on.
Come back up. Good, Teddy?
Come on to the Y. Just make sure you're. Come on, walk up here, man. Come on. You lift up the dome? You'll be okay. Come out, guys, here. Walk this up here.
And thanks to the experienced crew members on that boat, the crisis was solved, so I could continue fighting the fish.
I'm over you.
Sure.
Thanks. Tangle, tangle.
Good spot, good. You're fine.
Okay.
Live mark that, Gavin?
Use that to your advantage too. Coming down. Sorry. Oh.
I hit it. Sorry, it's not taking a lot of line. He's tired. Well, you're tired. It's just a matter of who's more tired. More tired, right?
Hey, I'm on that fish, Johnny. I'm on that dude's fish.
Not my fish, right?
Guys, this fish are straight up and down, guys. You want to keep them all on one side of the boat. Not be on one side. Okay, bud, keep your thought.
Spencer, go. Okay, I got a fish go under me. Oh, sorry. Oh, what did I do with my rod?
Now the deckhand kept telling us to keep on one side of the boat, since the fish was making circles and you shouldn't really follow the fish. And I'm sure that makes a lot of sense. But sometimes when there were multiple lines in the ball, I was afraid that if I didn't move, my line would have been cut by someone else's, which happened to one of the fish I lost earlier. So in general, I was taking the more conservative approach, and I kept following the fish to keep my line straight. Now it has been about 20 minutes into the fight, and I was nowhere near the end of the line. So I started pumping and reeling to put more pressure on the fish.
Was on top.
Yeah, I got it.
See the end inside.
Take off.
Under me. Okay, on top.
Lift up.
Yeah. Going over, going over. Oh man.
You're in the clear.
Alright, lift up your rod.
One. Come on, bitch. Not you, fish.
No. Dancing. See color again.
Ah, fuck yeah, alright. Put that reel in free spool to come on the spool. Free spool, come on the spool. Get him? Yeah!
Color.
We gotta try and keep them on that side. So we want to try to keep them on that side.
Over.
There you go.
Under you.
Falling it around.
Oh, come on, keep going. Oh, come on, come on. Sorry. Oh, thank you, man.
One more, baby. One more.
Finally, after 50 minutes of hard fighting and the deckhand's help in crucial moments, we landed that fish. It turned out to be a 58-pound bluefin tuna, but it fought longer and harder than the two larger fish we landed from the last trip. Partly because we were using a lighter setup this time, and also my lack of fighting skill. But also the fish was really on adrenaline this time. Finally, we landed that fish, and that's all that matters.
Can I have
More hanging on the side?
a picture with this?
Yeah, sure. He's on a diet now. We have to go over there.
The boat caught its limit of bluefin at noon, so we were cruising around after that, kite fishing for larger great fish with the crew limit. And we saw many schools of bluefin boiling in the ocean, which was quite spectacular to watch.
fast, right? Yeah.
That was awesome. You see it? What it is, this, it came back in again, and then another run, and no line, and don't stop. Don't line, and then
Don't
tight.
line.
Line.
Watch out, guys.
Line. Get him. Pull on that fish.
Take a knee. On the rail. Go. Almost there, buddy.
Oh, color.
You want it. It's here. Back up, guys. Back out. Yeah, everyone move this way, this way. Ready? Back up. Back up, guys. Back up. Nice, man.
This fish turned out to be more than 150 pounds. What a great way to end a fantastic bluefin fishing trip.